Every new Pokemon game comes with an array of wonderment. When is it going to come out? When do I get all my starters? How long is it going to be hot? And while all of these were actually questions I was asking at a Burger King, they also apply to all the new up-and-coming Pokemon games at the current time, like Sword and Shield. Back in the days of X and Y and Sun and Moon, we've had many speculations of what the new evolutions of the starter Pokemon could be, and while a lot of them weren't correct in any way whatsoever, we were at least somewhat close to the final product, when they actually released them and not when a bunch of so-called confirmed Pokemon YouTube videos came out. But here we are again, delving deep into the clearly confirmed new starter evolution leaks for Pokemon Sword and Shield, to really bring about our love for the game, and the amount of time we put into Google search to witness just how many times we can reword starter evolution leaks, only to find out Sobble's mid-evolution is actually Glowbox, and its final form is Sully from Monsters Inc. And while you might think that's not likely, it at least confirms both Rayman and Sora for Smash Ultimate, so really this is just a Pokemon Sword and Shield trailer that's uploaded to my channel instead of the Pokemon channel. So hope you enjoy our look into the world of starter Pokemon evolution leaks, and please make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe even comment about your favorite starter Pokemon evolution, and how legitimate these leaks are. Out of 10. And if it's not at least 7.8 out of 10, I just don't know what we'll be doing with all this water. But thanks for being here. Well, let's go ahead and jump into the leaked starter evolution Pokemon for Pokemon Sword and Shield, and see what these games are bringing to the table in both evolution and another evolution. Times 3. Number 5. Here we have what looks to be the concept art for the final and mid-evolutions of Scorbunny, Grookey, and Sobble. These 6 new Pokemon really take the cake for being some of the nicest new thematically provoking Pokemon, with their intricate differences and completely non-fiction approach to how most starter evolutions go. We've got mid-evolutions that look like teenagers during their rough rebellious phase, Grookey's playing way too loud music, you can see the notes going everywhere, Scorbunny's running from home, and Sobble's learning how to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And we've also managed to get some classic final evolutions as well. Grookey's final evolution has weapons or apparatuses for that Donkey Kong barrel game for the GameCube. We've got magical superhero Scorbunny evolution, and Sobble's final evolution staying on all fours for the remainder of evolving so that a group of Pokemon fans can look at this and debate which is better, 2 legs or 4. Or if I'm even being serious. You know, the common questions we ask ourselves. However, to prove my completely factual point, you can see how clearly legitimate this image is as each one of these sketches are covered in Japanese text, which is right on the picture. And I mean, that is just very well thought out because I am unable to copy any of this into Google Translate, so I kind of just have to hold that. Even though, upon further analysis of this, there may seem to be a date of February 28th, 2019 above their Twitter handle, and the actual starter Pokemon trailer came out on February 27th, you have to take into account the time difference between these 2 pieces of official information, because if we add in the time zone differences between the English trailer and this Japanese sketch, it means that this was actually made on February 28th, 2018, so a whole year before the actual trailer. Take that, Game Freak, I know people who work at Nintendo. Oh, the trailer's technically from Japan as well? Well, that's alright, because we have more leaks. Number 4. Another nice leak in the Pokemon evolution line as we look at the arrows pointing us from the beginning starter Pokemon to their evolutions, because there's no way we could have figured which one turns into which without them. The middle of the pack evolutions to Sobble, Scorbunny, and Grookey are a bit on the young side. You got your Sobble mid-evolution with a nice little bubble popsicle, Grookey's mid-sized Caravan evolution with a nice little hidden new bird Pokemon, we'll save that for later, and Scorbunny's mid-evolution carrying depression through its emo phase. Why is there always just at least one evolution that looks like a subtle hint at a teenager's cry for help? My problem with these official evolutions is that the new forms of Sobble, Grookey, and Scorbunny are looking a little bit small. Like if you just kind of shrink them, they could probably be pre-evolutions to their original counterparts, and would probably lead to a new Pokemon podcast debate about 4th stage evolutions. The real interesting part about this leaked picture is that you can see the final evolutions of the Pokemon Sword and Shield starters are colored completely black. It may seem like a silhouette at first, but if you just take your mouse and scroll in deeper, you can see that the picture is actually now closer to you. Meaning Game Freak intended for a new method to starter Pokemon evolutions, and they're no longer colored in. Really, I think it's not that bad of an idea because it brings out the imagination of Pokemon players everywhere to just awe in the beauty of Game Freak's design team as they play through the first few areas to find their starter Pokemon fully evolving into these 3 shadows, and realizing they didn't even include the final evolutions into the game. And those are 3 of the Pokemon they cut. Number 3. On the trail of the last 2 leaked evolutions of Grookey, Sobble, and Scorbunny, we've got another nice image of all the starter Pokemon, their evolutions, and the logos of the game in the top left corner, so this has to be the one. Along with the other 2, of course. The problem with this picture is that I could only find it as a JPEG and not a PNG, so I don't know if it's legit or if they just forgot they could change that in Photoshop. This picture gives us some nice names for each of the new evolutions. We've got Baboosh, the pure grass type, Raburnt, the pure fire type, and Terreptile, the pure water type. Now, I didn't need to say any of their types because you probably got that from the first 3 Pokemon, but hey, information is information. So on to the final evolutions. It seems we're looking at a grass dark, a fire electric, and a water poison. The most interesting one here has to be the water poison final evolution of Sobble, as its name is Dropaman, which is relatable to the levels of dopamine dropping out of my head as I realize I have to play the game with this in it. It's like Barney coughed on him. I do enjoy the nice fire electric type, as that is definitely a cool type combination, along with the 25th rendition of Scorbunny being another speed racing running rabbit. However, I have to definitely tip my hat off to the final evolution of Grookey, because maybe if I too evolve to my final stage, YouTube will give me some brand relief as well. Overall, you've got some nice mix-ups on the typings, and some decent designs for most, but I have to give the edge to Litherith over here for the final evolutions of the 3 starter Pokemon. Number 2. Alright, this one's just completely legit. There's so many archetypes for these evolutions, I don't even know where to begin. You've got Curiosity, a box of surprises, and saving 15% or more off the game's Pokedex. From here, if we just go upwards, we can see the Sword and Shield logo, just as confirmation. But if we go upwards even more to the evolutions again, we've got these. And really, there's just nothing that can peek past these leaks. It's like I'm walking into my kitchen with the water running everywhere because the pipes burst when I see these. There's no way for Game Freak to submerge poorly in any ways with these official evolutions being showed off. Also, the Banana in Grookey's mid-evolution hand is probably a Pokemon, so that's 7 Pokemon leaked for the price of how much electricity and internet services it costs to find these. And then put them all into one picture. Number 1. On the final leak of these starter Pokemon, we have what brings us to number 1. And as you can see here, we have such deduction being made with everything just lining up to prove the official imagery shown to you today from the new evolutions of Sobble, Grookey, and Scorbunny. If we look carefully, you can clearly see the similarities here. With red arrows pointing everywhere like it's a YouTube thumbnail that'll get an additional 30% more clicks, we've managed to peak leaks with the new released evolution of Pokemon collaborating with other franchises. We're closing in on the real evolution towards Pokemon becoming a full-on gacha game, as our Pokemon all evolve into borderline anime girls, and eventually moving towards Ash just taking on the league with his human partners as his Pokemon. Overall, you've just got everything here. The big old ears on Scorbunny's design, the matching ears on Grookey's, and Sobble's evolutionary brow sticking around as it turns into a new character with the fitting name of Bubbles, which is the only move it'll be able to use until it evolves. They've really thought of everything to make this game fully immersive. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe for some more Pokemon adventures with your good old pal, me. We'll take a deeper look into the sea of leaks and eventually come up with a new video that'll bring about some other Pokemon to the table. Well, thanks for stopping by and hope to see you around again for another installment. Thanks for being here and hope you enjoyed.